Who doesn't like a 2-for-1 sale? Come on, raise your hand. Everybody I know loves a 2-for-1 sale. Well, that's what we're going to talk about this morning and this morning's manna. God bless you this morning. What a wonderful morning it is. Starting out in the first day of the work week, the first day of August, the 8th month of the year. Man, we are a little over halfway this year already. What a wonderful morning it is. I don't know about you, but I had an excellent weekend. No, I had an outstanding weekend. It was busy, it was full, but I enjoyed it all, and God moved in every aspect of my weekend. Don't know about you. What did you do this weekend? What broke open for you? What was the blessing in your life on this weekend? Share that in the chat area before we get into this morning's manna. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Brenda. How are you all on this morning? Dan, how are you on this morning? Tiffany, how are you all on this morning? Just want to greet a couple of people before we get into this morning's manna. Also want to just shout out to all of the life changers who just made this past weekend in our party in the park an outstanding success. All glory goes to God. Over 1,100 people were in attendance. 13 people gave their lives to Christ. 50 people connected with the church. Over 200 people, were guests of New Life. And it was Molly music was off the chain. So I just wanted to just share that. Thank you, Minister Mobley, for your prayers, and thank you all for all of your support. It was just an outstanding weekend. Good morning, Pamela. Good morning, Angela. How are you all on this morning? Just want to just shout out, Friday we had our touch and agree. We came to the end of the week, and we said we were going to agree with you in prayer on various things. And I did check it this weekend, and we're still in prayer for those of you who put your prayer requests in the chat area on Friday. Look, if it's your first, second, or third time joining us, let us know who you are, where you are, so we can shout you out. The Morning Fam welcomes you to Morning Manna, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, and I'm going to give you the text, the talk, and the takeaway. I'm going to give you 3 things about the text, though, in that text, talk, and takeaway. Hey, let's jump right into it. 5 minutes or less. This morning, who doesn't like a 2-for-1 sale? Everybody I know loves a 2-for-1 sale. Let's talk about that this morning. The text is this: Mark 12:28. Mark 12:28 through 31. Mark 12:28 through 31. Here's Jesus in a conversation with some of the most informed, some of the most intelligent people of his day with respect to the scriptures, the scribes. This conversation is a common question that they raise with Jesus, and they want to get Jesus' input. They ask the question, which is the first of all of the commandments? Which is the greatest of all of the commandments? Which is the number one thing we ought to be doing? They raise that question. Jesus' response is a 2-for-1 sale. They are not ready for Jesus' response. He tells them this. The first thing he says, look, love the Lord, in Deuteronomy 6:5. He quotes Deuteronomy 6:5. He says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, your mind, and your strength. Then he comes up with something completely out of left field. Here is the 2-for-1 sale. The second thing he says to them is Leviticus 19:14. Love your neighbor. Love your neighbor. Now this blows them away because they only wanted one answer, one thing to do. You know how we say, you just got one job. Well, Jesus says, no, it doesn't work out that way. It's not that way. It's not when it comes down to the greatest thing that we should do, the number one thing we should do, is not either or. It's not either or. It's a both and. Jesus says that you not only should love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. They are not ready for love your neighbor piece. So then they raise the question, trying to trip Jesus up. Well, then who's your neighbor? Who's your neighbor then? Because the common understanding of the Jews at that time, neighbor was another believer, another Jew. God forbid it be somebody else. So I raised the question this morning in this 2-for-1 sale. It's so easy for us to say, I'm going to love God, but what about the transgender person, the gay person? What about the person with COVID? What about the person who is asking for money on the highway exit or on the busy thoroughfare? What about the person whose politics I am just contemptuous of? What about that person? It's a 2-for-1 sale. Jesus says you just can't roll with talking about loving God. You got to love your neighbor. And who's your neighbor? Anybody that you come in contact with. That's where the Good Samaritan story comes in. Jesus expands it beyond the local Jew. And so the application is with us today. And I raised a question in the 2-for-1 sale. Here is the takeaway. The takeaway is this. Horizontal love is manifested vertically. It's not just about an up and down, you and God. It's about a cross as well. And therein lies the cross in which he laid and was nailed to. How can you love God, whom you've never seen, and hate your brother whom you see every day? It's a 2-for-1 sale. So let's go about the business of loving others as we love ourselves. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. If this bless you, bless somebody else. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning manna. God bless you. Bye now.